Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to BMT2 Unfiltered. I was meaning to do this talk to actually get to speak to a lot of you brothers and young men. I wanted to have a discussion with you guys because I feel like this is something that we as young men need to have amongst each other. I'm not trying to be, I really want us to have a discussion because I'm watching the story unravel for this man, and I have a few friends of mine, and I'm showing them that this could have been us, and we hadn't take the right decisions and made the right choices. And I'm watching people, especially young men, make reckless decisions and say that this person is the police fault. It's always the system after you, and you know what. It's the cops, X, Y, and Z. I'm seeing a lot of people say things. There we go. Gotta get that fixed. I'm seeing a lot of people say things, but I'm not seeing enough people trying to mentor and do guidance. I'm not seeing a lot of men trying to speak, trying to actually get the proper type of mentorship. So I said, what the heck? Even though I know I did something close to this and I spoke something about this, I still want to actually go in on this because us as black men, we need guidance. A lot of us need guidance. This is why I'm so for fathers being in the home. This is how I know that we have a lack. Listen, I mean, yeah, we could say, yeah, women, mama could do. No. This right here proves that if this young man had had the proper type of guidance and discipline and fatherly care, he wouldn't be where he is today. Young man named Daniel Hernandez. His father died at an early age. He grew up in an impoverished neighborhood. He also felt like, he grew up poor. A lot of black children, a lot of minority children, people, young men in general, they grow up in single parent households, growing up impoverished, not with the proper type of resources, not with the proper type of discipline and tutelage, how to properly grow up and be nurtured into productive young men. And sad to say that when other men see your gift and they know that, listen, maybe I can take this and flip it like he's a product, like he's a tool. This is why I'm so quick to grab young men that I see that whether I see something new or not, I still grab hold of them and I said, listen, brothers, let's see what you're good at and let's find something that you can be good at so that way you can make something of your life. We don't see enough men trying to do that. But we're saying everyone for themselves, but understand at some point of the time, we're going to meet these type of young men later on down the road. We're looking at this young man and 5 other young men. Their lives will be coming to an end. They're looking at life sentences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a solid, and I want to show you the evidence. Let me go ahead and do that. First things first, let me show you that it was, I pulled up this story from Ebro. If you can't see where I'm getting it from, most likely, please come on over to the YouTube channel. Let me go ahead and drop the link in the YouTube channel in the description below. Because I really want a lot of y'all understand that y'all can't keep on blaming the white man for y'all problems. I'm sorry. Y'all can't really say the white man did this to this young man because this young man made countless mistakes and had issues. And as black men, we praised him, laughed at him, and encouraged him. Now, I'm not saying everyone, so if you know you wasn't part of it, kudos to you, clap on your back. But this is something where you grab your sons and you make them look at this young man. Make them look at this young boy that he called himself a clown. And we show them that, listen, son, if you do not turn away from your path of destruction, this is where you'll go. Again, join me in the YouTube, because understand this, time and time again, after so long, you got to make that decision, young men. Do you want to stay in the ghettos? Do you want to stay in the slums? Y'all keep being told by certain people that are not in those type of predicaments that this is as good as it gets for a lot of y'all. But the question is, I would ask them, what are you doing to get out? And why are you telling me that I can't get out? I got a whole life ahead of me. Why are you telling me, when your life is already halfway over the mountain, why are you telling me that this is as good as it gets for me? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Joe, Jamal, Melissa. Who else is here? Robert, Duran, Hope. All of us that I know that are in the chat, we've all came from some type of background circumstances. So a lot of y'all got to miss us with those excuses that, oh, wait, y'all had money. No. I didn't grow up with no dollars being taped onto my doggone baby bin. My father was incarcerated more than once. My mother had to work 2 to 3 jobs. I never saw my mom. I grew up more so in the church and around, and even when I was in around the church, the average boy where I came from was dying at 17 years old. We were known as runners. That's why I'm playing the song by Jay Dilla called Running. You wanted to make a quick buck. You wanted to have some nice shoes. You wanted some felines. You wanted some Izod. Yeah, that's where I came from back in the day. Some Coogee. A lot of boys were enticed to go into that type of lifestyle. But see, now I can't say that there weren't some good men. I can't really say they're good men, but there were brothers who said, listen, nah, man, I see you hitting them books. What are you doing out here on the streets? We had some older brothers, some older teenagers that would be like, nah, listen, man, get out the car. You thinking you going for a ride with them being cool and everything. They dropping you off at the school on time. Yo, get back in the house. You know mom's going to be back in about 3 hours. Okay, I want to wait out. No, you get in the house. Rest in peace to Franco. Franco was like a brother to me. He got shot at 16. When they were trying to stick us up and get us to join that little dumbass gang, Franco was like, nah, I'll join. But I just want to make sure I can walk my brothers to school. Every day he makes sure we walk to school. If you have a choice and you have a chance to get out, get out. I got out. I lost 2 children to that type of lifestyle. It's not no game. Nobody playing with y'all. I lost many of friends and family and children and women. This is not no Call of Duty. There's no reset button. I ain't sure some of y'all have ever been shot before, but it burns. It hurts. And we hail these type of people like they're kings and they're amazing. Or, oh man, you saw what he did. He went up inside the house and shot those people. Like, y'all gotta understand, this is how damaging our people have gotten. We praise death in music. And we talk about it like it's the coolest thing. If I can get back just or save one soul from this video, I did my job. Y'all can call me a sellout. Y'all can call me a coon. Y'all can call me a punk. I don't give a damn, man. I put in my time. And I said, yo, this ain't worth it. Let me go ahead and pull up the stuff for y'all, a lot of y'all, man. But some of y'all be thinking this is a joke. Let me go ahead and grab it. Again, if you on Facebook, join me over on YouTube. I put the link in the description below, man. Now, I want to show y'all this right here. Ebro reads a letter to about 6ix9ine. Actually tried to warn him. I'm going to tell you right now. A lot of people, this is what a lot of young men are praising. The 6ix9ine mentality, the little pumps, the little Yachty, the little Uzi Vert, the 21 Savages, you know, the little Xanax. A lot of y'all are praising these young men who are mentally broken and in self-destruct mode. When you got kids getting on stage saying my father is the devil, when you got kids who saying, listen, I want to die. Mind you, more kids, a lot of y'all kids are dying more from doing drugs, STDs and STIs. Y'all dying more from that stuff and from y'all own people y'all be banging with. Classmates. Cops ain't killing y'all like that. I wish y'all stop that narrative saying that police are shooting y'all. Nah, y'all shooting yourself more than the police. This ain't the 1980s. This ain't the 90s. I get tired of a lot of y'all black men painting the narrative that the white men are chasing y'all with nooses and crosses and hoods. It's always the men who done messed up their life and trying to tell other black men that, listen, watch out for the white man. No, brother, I need to watch out for you. Because you'll praise me and the self-destructive behavior of our women and our men, but you won't say anything about what we really need to watch out. You the one that sold the heroin to my mama. You the one that shot that gun up in the doggone party when my cousin was there. You the one that rode that drive-by with you and your homeboys just for some kicks and some blow. But you're telling me to watch out for that white man in the squad car when you in the house beating my mama. Let's talk about it. But you'll say, love that black queen that you just messed her up and had her mama. Now she thinks that's the normal type of lifestyle, so she'll go find a man just like that. Talk about it. See, I'm gonna surgically cut deep for a lot of us tonight. Ebro reads the letter where he talked with Tekashi 6ix9ine. The Southern side, he called himself the king of New York. That's what that young man was calling himself. Mind you, his mentor and person that he praised after was 50 Cent. This young man praised after 50 Cent. You know, Many Men, 50 Cent. He praised after him. Even so, and I'm going to show you how blind black people were. Black people literally said this. Let me make sure I pull it up. 50 Cent accuses Ebro of working with the police. Now, this is November 22nd, 2018. 50 Cent says Ebro worked with the police because Ebro read a letter from the police. Mind you, I'm going to actually play the audio of that, what Ebro wrote. The police simply sent a letter. They sent a letter for Ebro to read out to young black men who listen to the radio. Because you got to understand, a lot of these black men, they get their information from media. They don't read it. They get it from media. World Star, Hot 97, Ebro on Morning Show, Z93 Jams, The Breakfast Club. They get their information from these hip hop stations. They don't go listen to BBC radio. They don't go listen to like Conservative Talk Views. They listen to a lot of these liberal agenda type of media bullshit that tells them that they're oppressed, that they can't win, that they're like disingenuous type of brand of people that are being hunted down and enslaved. See, when you got men and women like that talking over you, spitting but nothing but negativity into your life, how can you as a black man want to try to go out and step out into the world? 50 Cent accuses Ebro of working with the police. 50 Cent is proving his loyalty to Tekashi 6ix9ine and called Ebro out for working with the police because he read a letter. Mind you, 50 Cent was on the news because white people called him to come on the news. Let me show you how crazy this is. White people gave 50 Cent a job. White people also gave 50 Cent the opportunity to date more white women. This is how I know Democrats and certain people be taking our young black men and be pimping them out to attack their own people. Mind you, Carter, 50 Cent, had no problem getting on CNN, going after Donald Trump and talking about how, yeah, you know, I know Donald Trump and I know a lot of other white people, rich, right? So you go to NASCAR and you go hang around white people, so, you know, vitamin water and all that good stuff. Mind you, you like to harass Ja Rule and other black people. You like to be petty, tell people get the strap, but yet you forget the self-destruction that you've done. You talk about how you loyal to Tekashi 6ix9ine, but in here you saying, well, because we actually tried to warn him, but he refused to listen. So Ebro's reading how he literally tried to warn him. And 50 Cent said, you sound like a snitch. You work with the police. Okay? So you can see they literally have a Twitter hashtag battle about this. Grown men. But 50 Cent did this, said that, you know, Ebro's working with the police. However, I find it very awkward, and let me make sure I pull this up correctly. When that same young man got arrested and was taken by the federal police, you know what 50 Cent told him? 50 Cent shunned his son, the same boy that looked up to you. See, this is how a lot of these old school black men, they don't mind using a young boy to get their means, get ahead. He didn't mind using that boy. See, this is how dumb some of these niggas are. He used that boy and said, 50 Cent shunned his son, 6ix9ine, following arrest. Call your mama, don't call me. This is what 50 Cent told Tekashi 6ix9ine. You got arrested, get into all types of gang violence, all type of issues. You told him, keep doing what you're doing, live life, if you know, whatever. You the king of New York and all that good stuff. However, now when he gets in trouble, you don't know this young black boy. I mean, you don't know this young Latino boy. This is why I try to tell a lot of young black men, be careful of the company you keep, because these men will use you and they will use you like a sponge and have you soak up all types of BS. But then when you can't absorb no more, they throw you aside. 50 Cent. Now, mind you, let me show you, when did this come out? When did this come out? This came out November 20th, 2018, okay? I'm make sure I expand that. I told you I do my research. This came out November 20th, 2018, okay? He attacks Ebro on November 22nd, 2018. Do you see the contradictory of 50 Cent? You call out one man about reading a police report. But then 2 days before then, when the same boy called you before he is actually incarcerated, you said, I don't know you. Call your mama. Don't call me. Lose my number. You told him that. This is what he said. 50 Cent turned his back on his son, Tekashi 6ix9ine, after the rapper was arrested on racketeering last week. The 22-year-old, whose birth name is Daniel Hernandez, is facing life in prison and seems to have reached out to his close father for support. Unfortunately for Hernandez, fifth symbolic paternity ends here. Wow. My son got picked up. I told him, don't call me. 50 wrote in an Instagram post, shit, the feds on you, fool. Call your mama. Don't put the FBI on my phone. Right. Good job, 50 Cent. Good job, 50 Cent. That's real good parenting. Real good mentoring. But I'm not surprised because this is what a lot of black men, black women, and actually this is what a lot of disingenuous people in the ghetto do to the young. They use them for what they got. And when they get hit by something, baby, drugs, police, illness, job loss, homelessness. Oh, don't call me. Block. But you want people to listen to you. This is what a lot of y'all black men, y'all gotta be peeped on the game about this. Mind you, this is not my words. This is 50 Cent. You can go look up his Instagram, what he said to Tekashi on that day. Don't call me, call your mama. You ain't gonna have the FBI on my phone. I still gotta make money. I gotta go find another sucker to use. This is where we at, y'all. This is the type of debauchery that we do to our people. This man right now is looking at, he's in federal court. He's in federal court. He's not getting out. They had to remove him from federal court because it was so bad. Oh, well, actually, they had to take him out of population. He has money. I think he has like 1 million, 1.5 million, or 1.7 million. He agreed to give up his passport, all that good stuff. But that wasn't enough. They don't care for that. They don't. Only thing they want to see is to make an example out of this young boy. That's all they want to do. Let me go ahead and play from Ebro. I want to make sure I play what Ebro was saying pretty much on power. On pretty much on the Ebro, on Tekashi 6ix9ine. So y'all can go ahead. I'm going to play it out. Y'all can take a listen from what Ebro was saying about this young man.
Now, we read an email from the NYPD some time ago, around the time he had jumped out of the car and the whole, he had ran and all that. And we were like, yo, this sounds like a movie. Is this real? And the NYPD told us that by the end of the year, and this was maybe July this year, so they were speaking then, they said Tekashi would either be dead or in jail. They said that to us in writing, a source from the NYPD. Now, this comes this morning from our source at the NYPD. And we didn't reach out to them. They're reaching out to us. Good morning. Unfortunately, it was a matter of time for Tekashi. Once an individual or a group is identified as being responsible for a substantial amount of violence in NYC, it's only a matter of time before our investigators and task forces do what they have to do. Our investigators were relentless in solving the murder of Chinks, but on the flip side, that same effort was applied to stopping the violence Tekashi was involved in. We actually tried to warn him, but he refused to listen. It's an interesting line they put there. His crew should have shielded him from being involved in any crime because he was their chance to get out. Another very interesting line. Tekashi's arrest hurts the whole crew. When you get involved in shootings in NYC, it's asking for an express ticket to prison. We respect your show. You guys have an open invite if you want to come to headquarters and get more information about the case. Happy Thanksgiving to you and all the Hot 97 family. We went down to one police plaza for a meeting one time.
There y'all have it, guys. Sometimes, and I can't lie, I've had times where I was pulled over by the police. They let me off. All depending on how you act. I'm not saying I've never dealt with some type of racial bias or anything, but I gotten off. I mean, Mike Allen said, I mean, what you want him to do? He did the crime now. He got to pay the time. I'm not mad at Fifth for that. Everyone was warning him to stop that dumb shit he's been doing. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. But and here's the thing about it. But I'm going to say it like this to Mike Allen. I mean, Mike Allen and other brothers. Like I said, and thank you for the info on that. I got another brother who says, I grew up in the 80s. These young mofos wouldn't last a day in the 80s. Criminal life is not for show and tell. No, it's not. I would honestly want to tell you that for the brothers that I know that have gotten out or found some type of way out, if it had not been through incarceration or probably a loss for life or something, you don't get out without paying some type of price. You don't. 50 Cent had to go get shot how many times? What's going on, Levon? What's going on, brother, for joining the chat? How many times did 50 Cent had to get shot? Ebro literally read to y'all that the police gave him opportunities to get out. His people that were around him, his mentors, they could have shielded him and said, listen, this ain't the way, young blood. You have money. You don't have to be in these streets. That's the one thing I never understood about some of you black men. Some of y'all have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to get out, and yet you keep going right back in like you're playing Russian roulette with your life. I found it very interesting, like I said. And the thing about it, like I had a beef against 50 Cent because 50 Cent was praising this young man to keep on doing what you're doing. Mind you, how many times this man been kidnapped, beat, shot? By the time he was like, oh, well, I don't want nothing to deal. I don't have nothing to deal with these guys. It was too late. FBI was already on him. Fat Joe even told him, like, listen, bro. Fat Joe told him months in advance, listen, stop what you're doing. Just do your music. Don't do nothing else. Y'all gotta understand, there's a price to be paid, and they do collect. Every time you flash a gun on social media, there's a red flag that comes up. I'm telling you, I've already had the police come into my house. Every time you say the N word, the F word, those are hot key words. Every time you say, you don't understand social media after the post 9/11 bill was pushed out. They watch everything. Big Brother does watch you. I don't know why y'all think when y'all spark up on social media, they don't see you. I don't know why y'all think that somehow that you can do something to society and society will never push back. Y'all talking about, oh, he did all this for he got money from Mexico. He gave to the poor. He did this. No, he went to Chicago to go say he was in Chicago trying to show that I can go to Chicago and mess with those dudes in Chicago in their streets. But then he didn't tell you that he put a 30K hit on one of those Chicago rappers. He gonna say he was helping the kids, but guess what? He didn't tell y'all that his gang was selling heroin to the kid's mama. See, this is just like those little gang bang little stories that we hear. The same gang boss is handing out turkeys for Thanksgiving, but at the same end, next tomorrow, he's selling smack again. But y'all gonna tell me that he's saving the community. How is showing off guns and having young minors? Mind you, he had sex with a 17-year-old girl. Fact. That's in court. Yeah. Having sex with a 17-year-old girl. Mind you, you're already known for a doggone pedophile charge, but you have sex with a minor, 17. She even openly said, yes, we had sex multiple times. But see, in the gang life, that's nothing new. That's normal for you to go get a little chicky, but she wants to be cool. She wants to be hip. She wants some weed. She wants a little bit of smack. She wants to be down with the cool guys. So guess what? She's gonna throw away some of that ass. They get her pregnant, they throw her away. Or she better be in it. They're recruiting our young. This young man, he's so young, but he cannot get out now. He lost his life. Y'all don't understand, man. If y'all only knew how many counts he has against him. Like, no matter what, the odds are stacked against him in this. It's like I don't feel bad for him. I don't. Because you had millions of dollars, more than what most young men have, and yet you did not get out. Let me pull it up for y'all. I don't want y'all to say, BMT, you just trolling, you one-sided. No, I want y'all to show, because every man needs to understand it. Every young man needs to understand that this is no game. Listen, the cops ain't playing with y'all black asses anymore. They're not. Y'all got a president who is not, listen, he does not play with y'all. He does not. The U.S. Attorney Godfrey S. Bierman slated as alleged in the indictment. This gang, which included platinum-selling rap artist Tekashi 6ix9ine. Mind you, he always says Skull Gang, Treyway. You know Treyway. Treyway is an infamous blood gang. Havoc on New York City. Mind you, you said you're the king of New York. Engaging in brazen acts of violence, showing reckless indifference of others' safety. Members of the gang were allegedly involved in robbery shootings, including a shooting inside the crowded Barclays Center, and a shooting in which an innocent bystander was hit. Thanks to the extraordinary work of HSI, ATF, and the New York Police. He had ATF after him and HSI. That's Homeland Security was already after him. Homeland Security, y'all. They were looking at them as a terrorist group. Homeland don't step in until they think you're a terrorist threat. There's levels to this. This young boy is not paying himself out. They're going to get their tax dollars out of this one. The defendant will now face justice in federal court. Let's look at the charges. Count 1, racketeering conspiracy. Let's see, 38, 36, 36. Look at that. Tekashi 6ix9ine, 22. That is 20 years in prison. Let's keep on going. Count 2, using or carrying a firearm during and in relation to or possessing a firearm, and furthermore of a crime of violence which was discharged. Let's see. Oh, got him. Oh, he's in that one too. That is life in prison. And guess what? They got it on camera. Mandatory minimum of 10 years in prison. As to Jones, that's the main one who discharged it, mandatory minimum of 25 years in prison. As to the other defendants. Let's continue. Count 3, violent crime in aid of racketeering. Oh, man. Dang, Tekashi, you come up again? 20 years in prison. So that's 20. That's 10. That's another 25 to 10. Well, okay, you might have put that there, didn't? Or life in prison. So that's another 20. That's another 20. Let's do number 4, violent crime in aid of racketeering. Oh, man, you come up again. That's 3 years in prison. Using or carrying a firearm during and in a relation to possessing a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence, which was brandished. Dang, you came up again. Life in prison. Mandatory minimum of 7 years in prison. I'm only at 5. I have not even finished all the counts. No matter how y'all try to slice it for this boy, he will do life. I don't know why y'all saying like this is some empire or this is some type of rap video where he's going to be doing rap videos inside prison. Have y'all not noticed every gangbanger that has rapped about that type of life that was still in it is either dead or gone? Ask any of the brothers that grew up in the 80s, where most of our notorious gangbanging rappers are at. They're dead, strung out, HIV. They're gone. This man is looking at life in prison again. We got another one. 8. Count 8. Violent crime and aid of racketeering. He comes up again. 3 years of prison. You can go check the links. I got it in the description below. No matter what, he's going to keep coming up. Every time. No matter what. This man will live out the final years of his life in prison. There's nothing that we can do to save this young man. The most that we can do is tell other young people to stay away from that lifestyle. Pick up a book. Walk away. Put down any type of drug or drinking. I've been there. I walked away from drugs. I walked away from alcohol. I walked away from sex. I walked away from a lot of different types of abuse that I was putting myself in harm's way. It wasn't easy. I've had plenty of nights I had to lay there in my damn drawers, cold sweat and everything. Y'all don't know my struggle and what I came through. Every year I go to where I buried my son. The world does not care for that insignificant little play things that y'all like to get away with and think that y'all can hurt other people. The world does not care if they use you. But how much can they get out of you? This is why I try to tell a lot of y'all, walk away. If you know that girl's part of a lifestyle and it's a damaging, destructive lifestyle, walk away. If you know that old man is teaching you the arts and crafts of a destructive lifestyle, walk away. If you know that there's a young man who is getting into some type of dangerous type of hype and he's like saying, hey, man, you're my friend. No, he's not your friend. Y'all don't know what it's like to have to carry a friend while he's screaming and crying with a bullet in his gut all the way to the ER, and you can't even go in the ER with him. You don't know what it's like to have your child in a shoebox, and you got to bury him by yourself. You don't know what it's like to have to hold a dead woman who's carrying your child. I paid my dues. I paid my $8,000. Had my little night party, smoked my last little L. Had my friends drop me off. I left my doggone whip at the doggone party with the keys in it. Had some nice stuff in the back. So, yo, whatever y'all do, y'all do. And as I walked to the edge of town. You know who picked me up? The goddamn sheriff picked me up. Took me to Waffle House. We ate one meal together. He said, son, you done? I said, yeah. Pat me on my back. We ate a meal. Took me to the bus station. He paid for my bus fare. But I never came back. A lot of you young men, y'all got a chance to go and not come back. You don't have to tell people you're leaving. You don't have nothing to prove to people. Just go. You too, women. You keep trying to stay and trying to pull that man out of that lifestyle. You get out. And you took your baby with you. You got to go stay in the shelter. If you got to go work busting tables and stuff, and they don't care about your looks. I've seen plenty of pretty girls, thinking that they can save their man. Dead, pimped, strung out, raped, beaten, burned alive, drowned. Kids taken and sold. I'm not saying I'm no saint from where I came from. But a lot of y'all ain't built for that type of lifestyle. I could have chose to be a Ray Ray and Pookie. Any man can be at any time. But it's all in what you choose to do with your life. Society's not playing anymore with y'all. You got no excuse. You don't have to do what you're doing. You can get out. Get out. Y'all can look up the information I put out there. You can look at what's going to happen to this young man. I'm done talking about him. It ain't going to help his case. Right now, all he's trying to do now is cut a deal to get out of one incarcerated prison and try to get into another one less. But even if he gets out, which is very rare, they're using this kid. Now the system is going to use this kid to tell on anything and everything he saw you black men do. And they know he's weak. He's going to do that. And you know, here, radio host who's like, oh, man, you're so cool. Snitch, Tekashi, snitch. Y'all know by telling him to snitch, y'all know y'all going to get that boy killed. I'm just being for real. So I understand y'all got to tell him what to do, and I'm not going to fault him for whatever path he choose, but y'all know doggone well he's going to die. Either he dies incarcerated, or he's going to die out there in the streets, always looking over his back. What's going on, anti-gravity? This is not a walk for the weak. This is not a walk for the weak, y'all. I'm trying to tell a lot of y'all, man. I was sitting down there listening to doggone Kendrick Lamar's song Black Boy Fly.
Hearing it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to that.
Connected.
And let me get that. There we go. As I was listening to Kendrick Lamar, Black Boy Fly, I love that song. Yeah, they bringing him up to RICO charges. This ain't no joke. Yeah. Once you get to RICO charges, you pass the Infinity Stones, bro. If Thanos can't bring you out of that, it don't matter how much you Twitter finger internet trolling people, say call Ebro a chump or a punk or anybody. What about all those other men who told him to stop? Are they chumps too? Why was everybody trying to tell him to stop? I believe as black people, we got some type of accountability that when we start seeing these young men start doing some destructive behavior, that we shouldn't pay them any mind. Don't pay for their concerts. Don't pay for any of that stuff. Look at Ice Cube. This man turned his whole life around. Look at Dr. Dre. Look at most of the brothers who came from Compton They're not trying to bump and live that type of lifestyle anymore. They're very successful young men. They understood that, yo, you're right. Ain't no brown black coalition in Israel. Exactly. There ain't no y'all. Listen, that stuff that y'all bump, you better learn how to join either. I don't know if they got no Christian group in there. I'm not sure if the Nation of Islam is going to take him. I don't know. Now, that's going to be a rare legal favor. The Nation of Islam wants to take Daniel if he makes it there, because honestly, he still belongs to the god doggone the Bloods. And I'm telling you right now, the prison system is a whole nother world. Whole nother world. Mind you, they already threw him in population with escapees, murderous people, violent people, dangerous people. They threw him in there. They threw a child, a boy, in with men who know they will never get out. They pretty much threw him in hell. And the worst thing I can tell you right now, what they told me when I joined the government, no matter how bad it gets, Joe, don't you ever cry. Don't you ever think about home. You keep faith. You face forward and you be about your witch boy. That's why I said me and Healthy got to talk about Job Corps. Because all the prison inmates and most of the people who get a second chance or another strike, guess what they all go to? Job Corps. Oh, I've been around some of those crazy niggas. If you ain't know how to throw some hands, you're going to learn how to throw hands in Job Corps. I learned how to make shanks out of rocks, tile, and all kind of stuff. Thank you. I left New York behind, leaving California. Yep. Sometimes sometimes we gotta just leave, man. Don't come back. Go off the grid. I like when people don't blow up my phone. You want to know where I'm at? If I ain't here, if I ain't taking care of my kids, if I ain't around my family, if I ain't hugging up on a woman, shout out to you. You know who you are, baby. Mimi. If I ain't doing all that, I'm on PlayStation. Don't call me. I'm always listen. Shout out to everybody on BMT. Y'all better get y'all asses out and get y'all shit together. This is Joe from BMT. Love y'all. Respect y'all. Take care of yourself and get out. Peace.